So let me introduce myself. I'm Ruchika Bhagat, Managing Director of NBC Advisors Private Limited. I'm FCA by profession, and from last 26 years, I'm into practice and have been assisting many foreign companies to set up their base here in India. I'm also taking care of their legal compliances. First of all, thanks to all the attendees for being part of this webinar. NBC has a long relationship with Japan. So as from almost last 10 years, we are conducting webinars, seminars in Japan, and we have been getting a huge response from your side. Now, starting with today's webinar, topic of today's webinar is Startup Business in India 2023. So topics that I'll be covering in this webinar are the startup ecosystem in India, that is, how does it work? Japanese township in India, that is where and in which part of India these townships are situated and Japanese industrial parks are situated. Then foreign company formation, how you can incorporate a company here in India. E-invoicing under GST. This is a recent topic that has been amended and is a hot topic in GST in India. Then tax benefits for startups, that is what additional benefits government is giving for the startups. Case study on Japanese companies, that is how successful Japanese companies are here in India. Then introduction of few Indian startups. So we will be introducing some startups who will be who need funding and have a bright future ahead. Similarly, we will also discuss Japanese success stories here in India. And last but not least, business tour packages in India. That is, we'll discuss about the tour packages that we are offering to hold seminars and business visits here in India for Japanese people. So since India is emerging as one of the fastest growing economies, I think this is high time to invest in India. India's real GDP growth is 8% and nominal GDP growth is 7.5%, which is highest since independence. In fact, in the financial year 2023, it is predicted that India's per capita income will be nearly 2 lakh INR, which on the contrary, in financial year 2022 was 71,609 INR. So if you see, there is 175% increase in per capita income of Indian people from last 10 years. Talking about the startup ecosystem in India. So everybody knows India has emerged as the third largest startup ecosystem after USA and China. And also in terms of unicorns, we have 105 unicorns in India, of which 44 are born just in 21 and 19 in 2022. Bangalore, India, and Mumbai are the three Indian cities among the top 20 global cities for the startups. So reason why these startups are growing here in India is basically we have a strong government policies, first of all, that encourages entrepreneurships and innovations. The tax benefits and financial support given by the government, they are the additional benefits for these startups. Similarly, young demography is added advantage to this. So currently the India is enjoying pool of talent. The knowledge and skill gained by the students have made them confident enough to create their very own ventures here in India. So basically, this is also a base for the startups in India. The divergent Indian market is also an additional advantage. India has a market for potentials for all niche. An entrepreneur can approach seed funding, angel investors, or venture capitalists for raising funds for the startups. So the availability of raising funds in multiple ways has made it possible to run their startups without any physical stress. Similarly, India has also increased in digital connectivity. In last few years, this has helped in reducing the market barriers for the Indian startups. With digital innovations, people are now more comfortable in making digital payments, shopping online. This financial inclusions due to the technological advancement has led to boom in fintech startups. And last but not least, the increase in number of startups, accelerators, and co-working space are also few factors that has enabled Indian startup growth. So from almost last 1400 years, India and Japan has enjoyed a close civilization link. Today, the two countries' cooperation spans a wide variety of issues, from economic diplomacy to shared military and security values. We can see famous industrial parks as appearing on the screen. They are distributed all across the India. The southern Indian state, that is Karnataka alone, has 500 Japanese companies operating, and its capital, Bangalore, has more than 2,000 Japanese business tourists on monthly basis. Similarly, Maharashtra has over 800 establishments, followed by Tamil Nadu with 600 establishments. Chennai, capital of Tamil Nadu, has the largest Japanese community in India, and it holds 1/3 of Japanese companies here in India. Even Gujarat is running parallelly to these states and is growing as Japanese expatriate hub. Coming to the Japanese industrial township, Japan is the only country to have a dedicated country-focused industrial township in India. These JITs offer facilities like special Japanese desks for translations and facilitation support, plug-and-play facilities, world-class infrastructure facilities, special incentives for the Japanese companies. For the Japanese consumer companies, as their domestic market is shrinking, India is a big opportunity to expand. Many foreign investors are being benefited with the help of Indian firms. They dominate Indian market. So other factors that help these companies to expand their business in India is market potential, since India offers a massive consumer market with over 1.4 billion people, presenting a significant growth opportunities for these companies. Similarly, India's consistent economic growth make it more attractive investment destination with the help of potentials for high rate of return on their investments. India has a large pool of skilled and cost-effective professionals, providing Japanese companies with access to the talented workforce for their operations. India's strategic location in South Asia allows Japanese companies to tap other emerging markets also in this region and expand their market base. Similarly, India also offers more favorable regulatory and investment environment for the foreign companies to operate here. Talking about the economic relationship which India has with Japan, in recent years, the economic relationship between India and Japan has steadily expanded and deepened. The volume of trade between the two countries has increased. India is 18th largest trading partner for Japan. Similarly, Japan is 10th largest trading partner in India in year 2022. Also, the direct investment from the Japan has increased. In fact, Japan is the 5th largest investor in India during 2022. The Japanese private sector interest in India is rising, and currently about 1,600 Japanese companies are likely to open their branches here in India during 2023. So if you are interested in investing in India, then you must know what form of organizational structures should be formed in India. So there are basically various organizational structures through which you can operate your business here in India. You can open LLP, that is limited liability partnership. You can open private company or public limited company, or you can also go for joint ventures, venture capital fund, branch office, or license office. So the question arises, what are the factors that the businessman should choose while choosing these organizational structure? So which organizational structure basically you should choose for? So although there are many things that affects your decision, but I think while choosing this organizational structure, you should consider the size of the business. If you think your size of the business is medium size or large size, so I'll always prefer you should go for a company formation here in India. In fact, life cycle of business also plays a major role here. In case there is a short-term life cycle, then you can always go for a joint ventures. Similarly, strategy, environment, and technology also plays a major role while choosing the organizational structure here in India. Tax structure again is the main point of concern while choosing the organizational structure, as in India, forming a company attracts least tax as compared to any other organizational structure. Last but not least, we should also think about the basis of control. So if you have a big organization to control, I'll always suggest to open a company here in India. Coming to the incorporation of companies in India, we not only need to take care of ROC compliances, but also FEMA compliances need to be taken care of. To set up a company in India, one must have minimum 2 directors who could be a foreign citizen and 2 shareholders who can be foreign company also or foreign citizen also. Also, we need 1 director who should be a resident director. This role can be undertaken by any of your employee or your family member if you have here in India, or if you want, we can also offer this facility to you. You need to provide an address for setting up a company here in India, which will be your registered office address. So if you want, we can help you with the business center address at low cost in India. Company formation in India is a hassle-free process. And the best part of formation of company in India is you don't have to be physically present here in India to incorporate a company in India. That is, you are just sitting there in Japan, still you can incorporate a company here in India. All steps for formation of company incorporation are online processes. So to begin with, you need to file an application for the name approval. And this name approval application is submitted to ROC. It takes hardly 5 working days to get the approval of the name. Once your name has been approved, the second step is you have to apply for the DSC, because Ministry of Corporate Affairs does not allow wet signatures. So digital signatures are mandatorily required for the directors before incorporations. So the incorporation application is filed. Next step is the incorporation application is filed with MCA with all relevant attachments. So if in case MCA finds that all incorporation applications are complete and acceptable, then incorporation certificate is granted within 21 working days. That is, within 21 working days, you can incorporate a company in India without being physically present here in India. So let me also share the list of documents that you need to require for company formation. So we'll be needing article of association, we'll be needing memorandum of association, declaration of directors in Form DIR 2, then declaration of directors, shareholders, and authorized representative in INC 9, and fine undertaking of the foreign company and directors. So you don't have to worry about all these documents, but because we are always here to help you out in preparing all these documents and for your formation of the company. So since e-invoicing is the latest update in Indian GST, therefore I prefer to discuss this provision here. E-invoicing under GST is a digital invoicing system mandate for the business with an annual turnover of more than 5 crores per annum. So in case if your turnover is less than 5 crore INR per annum, then you are not supposed to follow the provisions of e-invoicing. But in case if it exceeds 5 CR, then you need to follow e-invoicing system in India. So this helps in seamless exchange of invoice data between the business and tax authorities, and it leads to improved compliance and efficiency of GST administration and supports least litigation processes. So we at NBC, by making use of our best talent and in-depth knowledge, help you in boosting your profit margins and realizing your business goals for setting up business here in India. Our assistance during planning stage always helps you to move your plans in a better way. So we not only help in company formation, but we also help in preparing a perfect blueprint for your company to make your financial predictions and estimate the results of your financial actions. We can give you tax as well as legal consultancies. Our services also include the business mandatory registration. That is, once your company has been registered here in India, there are a lot more registrations for which you want to go for, like GST, then labor license, industrial license, export-import license. So we can help you out for all these registrations. Apart from this, we can also help in monthly legal compliances. That is, we can provide a complete tax-related compliance, return filing, certification of the company, including transaction advisory. We also specializes in transfer pricing study. Accounting and compliance outsourcing is also one of the part of our services that we undertake complete accounting and compliance related outsourcing, including MIS and other reporting to the parent company on monthly basis. With a dedicated team to handle outsourcing assignments, we are one of the India's leading online outsourcing service provider for accounts and compliance outsourcing. The foreign company representative are also required in India. So if you want, we can provide you with a local representative and local support for the subsidiary here in India. Similarly, to add feather to our cap, we provide HR support, also includes recruitment, background verification, HR audit, making handbook, and POSH compliances. So now let's discuss the tax benefits and various other benefits that are available to the startups here in India. Various schemes have been introduced by Government of India, like Make in India, MSME, Startup India, seed funding scheme to promote small companies. So best part of this is that company with the foreign shareholders and directors can also be registered under Startup India scheme. So even a company which has a foreign shareholders and foreign directors, they can also be registered under Indian startup and can avail all the benefits that the Government of India is providing to the startups. So government is providing not only funding, but various other incentives, subsidies and schemes to startup for their overall development. I would like to share certain benefits that are available to the startups, provided you should have a turnover less than 25 CR INR per annum. So government is giving you a priority lending, that is easy borrowing process is there for the startups. Similarly, less rate of interest is charged on borrowings, whichever is given to the startups. Income tax exemption is there. Discount in government fees for patents and trademark registration is there. Then market assistance and export promotion from the government is also provided for the startups. Capital and other grants for the infrastructure development. Startup is also very supportive. And last but not least, very importantly, this has been recently introduced by Finance Minister in our budget, that MSME are supposed to receive all their dues, all their payments within 15 days. That is, if there is any agreement with a vendor, then maximum within 45 days. So anyhow, you are going to claim your dues, you are going to recover your dues within 45 days from your vendor, as per the new government scheme. So talking about the tax benefits for the startup, under the existing provisions under Section 80 IAC of income tax, 100% of profits are exempt for the startup for 3 consecutive years out of 10 years, starting from the year of incorporation. That is, if you have recently incorporated a company, you have newly incorporated a company, then for 3 years, you don't have to pay any taxes on your profits. This is special facility that is available to the startup by Government of India. So traditionally, cultural barriers such as language and business conventions have not permitted Indian outsourcing business with Japan to grow rapidly. So Indian companies are now teaching their employees Japanese language and Japanese custom. Similarly, Japan is also looking to hire human resource from India to fill manpower gap caused due to foreign countries' working population. In fact, Indian government and Japanese government has recently had a tie-up that Indian employees will be hired in Japan after getting a proper training and knowledge in their field. Sectors such as automotive, heavy electronics, consumer electronics, IT, and robotics are also some of the key areas where outsourcing is done from India. So as we are talking about Japanese SMEs, so Japanese SMEs can sell their product to brand acceptability in India. So because Indian people are accepting these brands, so it is more like we have a friendly and stable Indian-Japan bilateral relation that added more advantage for the Japanese companies to sell their product here in India. Due to digitalization also, the distance, language, and tradition is no more barrier in doing any trade around the globe. So it is more easier for the Japanese company to sell their product here in India. India being the largest user of the Japanese-made electronic items, cars, and other machineries, make a plus point to the Japanese SMEs to do their business here in India. Similarly, speedy adaptation of many products from Japan, be it automobile sector, hospitality, or insurance sector, many established businesses are quickly becoming acceptable and profitable in India. India is one of the fastest developing countries that offers the best growth opportunity for small and medium businesses in Japan, from Japan and from all over around the globe. So we at NBC Advisor Limited can help you in finding a reliable and dedicated partner in India who can take your business to new heights. We can also guide and support you by providing various services like we can be a trusted business advisor in India if you want to launch your ideas in Indian market. We can find your collaborators for you with whom you can trust and do your business. We can also provide custom support relationship services. We can do market research survey for your business and share all the comparative data and statistics with you for your future success of your business. Based on the blueprints prepared by us, you can launch your product or your business here in India. We can also do incorporation part of the company here in India. We can do your FEMA compliances, RBI compliances here in India. And we can also assist you in opening bank account in India if you are facing any problem here in India. So if you want to acquire any company in India, in that case, we can provide you with the services of due diligence. Last but not least, if in case you require any funding for your business in India, we can also help you to meet with the potential investors to give new horizons to your business. Our hardworking team and dedicated team is always there to help you out 24/7. So thanks to all of you, and over to you, Kenji-san, for translation.
まずですね、ルチカの紹介からとですね、次のスライド。こちらで、トピックは今日トピックですね。こちらですね、インドですね、非常に高成長の、経済ということで、7.5%、2022年で 7.5% と。で、2023年で 8% という、こういった高度成長の中にあるインドということですね。で、1人当たりの所得もですね、この2023年度では、20万インドルピーと約34万円ということで、前年度から大きく伸びております。で、この、スタートアップエコシステムというところですね。インドは非常にユニコーンの、数がですね、多い。これアメリカと中国に次いで、世界第3位の、スタートアップ大国になっております。で、そのうち44社は2021年に、19社は2022年に誕生しております。で、このスタートアップエコシステムということですね。インドのタウンシップが各地にあるということです。あと、こちらの方はですね、インドでこのビジネスを展開するための可能性としてですね、まず、このインドのこの市場の潜在力というかですね、当然この13億以上の大規模な消費量であるという点とですね、あと経済成長ですね、この高い経済成長を誇っておりますので、このハイリターンの投資を望むことができると あとこのスキルのある労働力ですね。インドはこう人件費がまあ安いという面もあるんですけど、この専門のですね、方がたくさんいらっしゃるということで、まあ、有能な労働力に支えられているというところですね。あと戦略的な位置というところで、まあ、今のグローバルサウスということでね、グローバルサウスで、そのグローバルサウスの市場を狙うのに、そのインドはどこの国とも、まあ、つながることのできる戦略的な、まあ、位置にあると、まあ、そういった地理的な条件もインドを有利にしていると。で、あと、まあ、日本とインドですね、関係、非常にまあ、良好な関係を、持っているので、このインドビジネス、インド政府の方はですね、このインドでのビジネスをしやすくするような、まあ、環境を整えているといったところも、インドビジネスの、インドの市場の将来性ということですね。で、このエコノミックリレーションですね、この経済関係のところでは、この数字を見ていただければ明らかなように、この日本とインドのまあ経済関係はですね、着実に拡大して進化していってますと。貿易量に関しても今18番目の最大の日本にとっても、インドにとってもまあ重要性が多くなって、で、この直接投資の方ですね、下の表、直接投資もどんどん増えていってるということですね。で、次。こちらの方はですね、インドにおけて、まあ、日本でもそうなんですけど、会社の、組織形態をですね、まあ、どういう形態にするかという話で、まあ、まずこの完全子会社ですね、完全子会社というケースと、あと、まあ、リミテッドライアビリティパートナーシップとかですね、ジョイントベンチャーという、ね、こういった会社形態も、法人形態もあります。あと、こちらのブランチですね、法人設立するんじゃなくて、このブランチ、支店で、設立すると、あるいはリエゾンオフィスを設立する、あるいはそのプロジェクトオフィスとして設立すると、まあ、こういった法人化しないような、会社の法人、品質形態もございます。で、こういったですね、今の、組織形態ですね、選ぶ際には、まあ、いろんな要素を考える必要があるんですけど、まあ、ビジネスの規模とか、あるいはそのビジネスのライフサイクルがどこにあるかと、あるいはそれぞれの会社の会社やテクノロジーの状況と、あとその税制なんかもですね、考える必要があると。で、当然これ、組織が大きくなれば大きくなるほど、複雑な構造の組織になってくるので、まあ、それに合った組織形態を選択する必要があるという話です。はい。で、次にですね、このフォーリンカンパニーフォーメーションということで、外国の企業ですね、日本企業さんが、まあ、インドに会社を設立する際の、まあ、注意点というところですね。こういうところで、まあ、基本的にはですね、ROC というですね、会社、登記のですね、規制と、あと、FEMA というですね、外国管理の、まあ、規制と、まあ、こういった規制をですね、クリアする必要がありますと。ということと、あと、まあ、インドで会社を設立するには少なくとも2人の、役員が必要であると。で、これは日本人であっても構わないと。株主もですね、2人の株主が必要であると。これも日本人や日本企業であっても構わないと。ただ、その会計年度中にですね、そのインドの居住者、182日以上、インドに滞在する、日本のインド居住者の役員が必要であるということで、このインドのですね、この役員をですね、派遣する。こういったサービスもですね、ニーラジバカツ事務所では行っております。さらにそのビジネスを設立するためにですね、住所ですね、レジストレーション、住所ですね、でこういったものも、提供する必要があると。まあ、こういった住所を提供するサービスもニーラジバカツ事務所では行っております。で、こちらの方ですね、インドの設立に際してどういった書類が必要なのかということで、まあ、当然、まあ、日本の会社の設立前と同じなんですけども、会社名をまずは取ると。会社名を取得するというところと、まあ、これもですね、企業省に提出すれば、まあ、5営業日以内に承認が、降りることで、非常に早いスピードのある会社設立の手続きになっております。あと、こちらですね、取締役のデジタル署名ですね。インドはデジタル化と、政府のデジタル化が進んでおりますので、ウェット署名というですね、実筆の署名では認められなくてですね、このデジタル署名が必要になっていること。で、このデジタル署名を取るために、身分証明書のコピー出したりとかですね、ビデオでの KYC プロセスを経る必要があると。あと、必要に応じて大使館とですね、アポスティーユ認証をですね、得る必要がありますと。で、あとですね、こちらのですね、設立の申請の時にですね、この定款 MOA ですね、あとこの会社の規約ですね、アーティクル・オブ・アソシエーションと、こういったものが必要となってきます。この辺はですね、インドの会社において設立に必要な手続き、書類について説明されております。であと、日本でもですね、インボイス制度始まりますけれども、このインドはこの GFT がですね、もうすでに施行されていまして、この電子インボイスですね、電子インボイス、これ日本もこれから導入されますけれども、インドでは年間の売上高が5000万インドルピー、約8500万円なんですけども、5000万インドルピーを超えると、このデジタルインボイスの発行が義務付けられるということで、この GFTN ポータルということですね、登録して、認証するという作業が必要になってきます。ただ、この インボイスをですね、導入することによって、この GFT のですね、お互いですね、これ税務当局に対して、このインボイスがこう透明化されるということでですね、こういった税務当局との紛争も少なくなることに、これは利用するということになります。あと、こちらの方はですね、このニーラジバガト事務所がこのインドで、こういったサービスを提供できますよというサービスの一覧です。で、こちらの方はですね、インド政府による、スタートアップのですね、支援ということで、インドの政府ですね、さまざまなそのスタートアップを呼び込むためにですね、優遇税制だけじゃなくてですね、最優先的な貸し出しを行ったりとかで、低金利でのクレジットへのアクセスと、あと税制の税金の免除とかですね、あと特許とかですね、その商標登録とかの手数料のディスカウントとかですね、こういったいろんな、あとですね、この一番下の方にあるこの中小企業がですね、もしこの契約倍率の15日以内、で契約ない場合も15日以内ということですね。で、この売掛金をですね、回収するのがやはり中小企業の大きな課題なんですけども、これについても、そのインド政府はですね、こういった確実にですね、売掛金が回収することを、サポートしてくれているということですね。で、次に、税制優遇についてのスライドなんですけども、これについてもですね、スタートアップですね、要件はいろいろあるんですけども、結局スタートアップについてはですね、この税優遇ですね、受けられて、これ10年間で3年連続で、免税という期間があるということで、税制面でもインド政府はスタートアップを支援しております。で、次のスライドでは、この外部運営ですね。こういったですね、アウトソーシングですね。さまざまなアウトソーシングサービスを活用することが、このインドで中小企業スタートアップを成功させる、キーになってくるということですね。で、あとこちらにですね、こちらは日本の中小企業がインドで物を販売するというときに、インドで非常にですね、デジタル化が進んでおりまして、あとその日本企業はですね、今までもずっと進出してきているので、そういった日本のですね、ブランドっていうのはですね、もうインドにおいては確立されているので、非常に日本の企業にとっても進出しやすい国になっております。でこういった、ニーラジバガット事務所ですね。日印パートナーズ、日本の会社なんですけども、このニーラジバガット事務所の方がですね、あと NBC アドバイザーというですね、現地の会社の方がこういった現地でのサポートをですね、いたしますので、ぜひ、インドですね、ビジネス展開される際には、ご活用いただければと思います。
Good afternoon, everyone. So I will be talking about the emerging investment opportunities in India currently. Now, as India is considered to be one of the most attractive investment destinations, it is considered top 3 attractive FDI destination in the world, and India is one of the world's leading technology centers. India has given highest return on the foreign investments to investors in the world, and by 2032, India will be among the top 3 largest economies in the world. Now, this presentation is our endeavor to bring to you industries which are positioned to grow at a very high pace and showcase few amazing Indian companies and startups which are open for collaboration, investments, and joint ventures. Next, please. Now, the key factors which are influencing the decisions of doing business in India, we would summarize as India is one of the fastest growing large economy in the world. The demographic dividend, which is the largest young population in the world, the largest young workforce which is available in India currently. The focus and commitment of Indian government towards development of infrastructure and the way things are coming up is amazing. The ease of doing business in India is increasing rapidly and giving global companies an edge to start the business in India. Next, please. To seize particular investment opportunities at the various sectors where we can invest, we can see India is growing in automotive sector, retail, infrastructure, pharmaceuticals, energy, media, IT and technology, and finance. We'll cover some of them in the further slides. If you see automotive sector, India is the fourth largest automotive market in the world. With a growing middle class and high demand of vehicles, Japanese automakers such as Suzuki, Toyota, and Honda, they have already established a strong presence in India. Renewable energy is another big sector because the focus of the government and because of the facilities, subsidies which are being provided in this sector. So there are ample opportunities in investment in solar, wind, other renewable energies in India. And Japanese companies such as SoftBank and Sumitomo, they have already invested heavily in India's renewable energy. Now, if you see digital infrastructure, India is rapidly digitizing, creating opportunities for investments in areas such as data centers, cloud computing, and e-commerce. Japanese technology companies such as NEC and Fujitsu are well positioned to take advantage of these opportunities. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, infrastructure is a total ball game to separate ball to game together, and the government focus because of infrastructure pipeline investment project, infrastructure in railways, roadways, ports, metros, highways, they create a lot of opportunities for investment in companies such as construction, engineering, and logistics. Now, Japanese companies such as Hitachi and Mitsui and Company, they are already involved into major infrastructure projects in India. Next, please. Retail is the other booming sector. The organized retail segment in India, it consists of supermarkets, convenience stores, hypermarkets, departmental stores, cash and carry stores, and specialty stores. Now, as per the reports, there are around 25 global brands which are likely to set shop in India this year. Next, please. Now, these are certain of companies, Japanese company success stories, which already are doing business in India. Mitsui and Company, they have invested with Punjab Renewable Energy Systems. Dysel Corporation, they are setting up airbag inflator manufacturing unit. Square Enix is a Japanese gaming company. They have partnered with an Indian company to launch a new version of a very successful game, Ludo. Uniqlo, a Japanese apparel giant, they have launched online stores and offline stores in India currently. Next, please. Now, Blue Tokai is a fantastic example of success of collaboration of Japanese and Indian companies. So we will see the growth of this JV in the next slide. Now, as per the financial statements with the registrar of companies, Blue Tokai revenue from operations surged 80.6% to rupees 74 crores in financial year 22 from 40.96 crores in financial year 21. So this was an amazing success. Blue Tokai has also forayed into Japanese market with a joint venture with Japanese company Nichiin Food Creative Corporations for its B2B distribution in Japan. Next, please. So now I would like to introduce the companies. I will not take much time of yours, and I would like to showcase the companies and call on the guest speakers. And the first company I would like to call on, I would like to invite Mr. Varun Chatharath, who is the product lead of insurance sector startup company called Claim Friendly. Over to Varun, please.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Kapoor. My name is Varun, and I'm going to be talking to you today about an up-and-coming insurtech company in India called Claim Friendly. So we at Claim Friendly are in the business of making lives easier for people by streamlining and simplifying the health insurance claim process. Now, how exactly we do this, I'll get to it in a bit. But before that, let me just give you a little glimpse of the market opportunity that lies ahead of us. Can we go ahead a couple of slides, please? Another one. Yeah, so India is home to around 1.4 billion people, and more than half the population does not have access to health insurance of any kind. Now, given the insurance regulators' vision of insurance for all by 2047, it really sets us up well and allows us to pursue a high growth trajectory and business strategy over the coming years. Next slide, please. So just a little bit about different health insurance claims. So I, as an insured individual, if I were to go to a hospital right now that falls under an insurer's network, I would be able to avail of treatment completely cashless. On the other hand, if I were to go to a hospital that does not fall within an insurer's network, I would have to meet all medical expenses out of pocket and thereafter claim reimbursement from the insurance company at a later date. Now, we are all aware of the pitfalls and difficulties that people encounter when it comes to reimbursement claims, and that brings us to our problem statement. Next slide, please. So I'll just start by talking about the problems faced by the patient. So the challenge number one would always be lacking emergency funds to meet any unforeseen medical emergencies. Now, this could be because of poor financial situation, it could be because of poor liquidity situation, and even if individuals were to have access to the requisite funds, the second challenge they encounter is always going to be cumbersome documentation and follow-up with the insurer. And the third challenge, again, a very big one, is going to be that claim turnaround time turns out to be very long, almost inching towards 5 to 6 months. So what invariably happens is that patients start gravitating more towards cashless network hospitals, thereby leading to a lot of revenue loss and revenue erosion for these hospitals that provide reimbursement-based treatment. When we talk about the network hospitals that provide cashless treatment, they tend to deviate from their core competence, which is providing quality healthcare to patients, and they end up spending a lot of time and resources on claims management and realization, which is honestly suboptimal. So that then leads us to what exactly is Claim Friendly trying to do to solve these issues for our different market participants. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah, so again, I'll start with the patient. So what we are doing for the patient is we are effectively converting their reimbursement claims to cashless claims. Now, how is it that we do such a thing? We provide a zero-cost loan to the patient, which they then utilize to meet their medical expenses. Thereafter, we assume claims management and processing end-to-end for the patient. We realize the reimbursement claim from the insurer and use the claim proceeds to then discharge the loan for the patient, right? The added advantage here also is that we're able to bring down the turnaround time, which I was earlier talking about. So we bring it down from around 5-6 months to as low as 60 days or maybe even lower. What is it that we're able to do for cashless network hospitals that are spending a lot of time and resources on claims management, which ends up being inefficient? We are allowing them to outsource this function entirely to us. And at the same time, we can also provide them any kind of working capital bridge financing in the intervening period till such time their cashless claims have been realized from the insurer. Right, next slide, please. Next again, please. Yeah, so these are just a few of the services that we are looking to roll out in the short to medium term. It could be things like online pharmacies, could be things like online health checkups, ambulance services and the like. Can we move on to the next slide, please? Yeah, so the claims-based TAM in India turns out to be around 11 billion US dollars. Given our geographical focus to begin with, we are looking at a serviceable market of around 7.5 billion. And conservatively, we estimate that we can capture around 4% of this market, given that we are early movers in this space. Next slide, please. And finally, to top it off, a little bit about our business plan. So we are looking to blitz this market over the coming 5 years, obviously being early movers. So we are looking at very modest beginnings in year one, processing around 25,000 claims with an average ticket size of around $1,000. And we're looking to scale up rapidly. And by year 5, we see around 500,000 claims being processed with an average ticket size of around $1,875. Another important point to note here would be our revenue model. So what we do is we charge, so our top line or revenue is on the basis of fees or commissions that we charge from hospitals in the ballpark of around 7 to 8% of the value of claims that we facilitate. Now, why is it that hospitals are willing to partner with us? It's because we end up driving a lot of business their way and also end up clearing a lot of the operational inefficiencies that they encounter all the time when it comes to health claims. So yeah, this is our business in brief, and we'd be happy to answer any questions in the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Varun. And any questions, any queries by the participants, they can please send a chat and we will answer all those questions at the end of the presentation. I would now like to invite Mr. Amey Katkar, founder and managing director of the 4P Solutions, a decade-old specialized digital marketing firm. Over to you, Amey.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen from the land of rising sun, Japan. Thanks, Ritesh, thanks, Ruchika, and thanks for the opportunity. So I'll go a little slow so that it's easier for everybody who's present in the room to understand. So 4P Solutions is a digital marketing firm. We have been providing globally digital solutions since 2012. It's been 11 years for us in the market. Next slide. Yeah. So just before that, let me give an overview about digital marketing industry in India. The industry has already reached a value of $4.5 billion. And with advent of everything going digital, digital advertising is just going to grow up and shoot up from here. It's already growing at a 32% market rate. And in the next 5 years, it's projected to reach $24 billion. That's going to be very huge, because the spends from television, print advertising, this is all moving to digital. And the Indian consumer market is already growing. A lot of stats have been provided by Ruchika and Ritesh on that. So as the consumer market grows in India, the digital advertising is just going to go up and up from here. Next. There have been some great investments in the digital media industry from companies from Japan. One of the most popular names has been Dentsu. Dentsu IGs is a Japanese multimedia giant. They acquired Watt Consulting Company. So Watt was one of the leading digital marketing firms in India. They got acquired by Dentsu in 2015. Next, in 2017, Dentsu again acquired Merkle Socrates. It was one of the leading performance marketing digital companies in 2017. It was a multi-million-dollar deal. And both these companies have scaled rapidly along with Dentsu to be one of the leading brands in that particular space. So definitely investments from Japan in digital space have actually turned out to be really lucrative for everyone. Next. Yeah, about us, we started in 2012. We are a specialized B2B digital marketing firm. So digital marketing, as you all know, it's a very team-driven activity. So we have more than 45 team members in India. It's a young, vibrant team. We do a lot of activities. Some of the photos are put up there. So we specialize in B2B marketing, wherein we work with companies from manufacturing, chemical, engineering, logistics. In fact, we are also working with a Japanese brand called Fujitec Elevators since more than 2 years now. They are very happy with our services. I'll also share some of that case study in the subsequent slide. Next. These are our services. So I think those of you are aware about digital marketing. It involves different specific services like search engine optimization, which comes under Google marketing, marketing automation, basically automating all your sales and marketing activities, performance marketing, generating leads, inquiries, online reputation management, social media marketing like LinkedIn. We specialize in LinkedIn and YouTube marketing, marketing collaterals, websites, obviously. So all this is completely taken care by us. We provide end-to-end services in B2B digital marketing. Next. These are our focus verticals here in India: engineering, logistics, manufacturing, B2B. So in services, we work with a lot of technology and consulting firms. So we are one of the leading names in India when it comes to B2B digital marketing. A lot of companies like I already mentioned about Fujitec, Rosari, it's a listed company in India in chemicals, specialty chemicals. Blue Star, again a global name. We work with an engineering arm. So we specialize in, as I said, B2B, and a lot of companies day in and day out keep approaching us for their marketing. Next. Next. Yeah. So our global presence, being present in India, gives us a lot of advantage. We provide cost-effective solutions, much cheaper to Western markets like US, UK, Japan. So we have clients, associates in UK, Netherlands, UAE, Middle East, USA, Canada, Australia, Nigeria, and Sweden. So be it any location in the world, we can cater to sitting here in India. Next. Yeah. So talking about Fujitec, I am sure Fujitec is a known name in Japan. Fujitec is into manufacturing of lifts, elevators, auto walks, and escalators. So in India, they were facing challenges in terms of their online presence. They hardly had any online presence and marketing support. They had a very lean marketing team. So once we came on board, we helped them in creating brand awareness and improving their engagement with existing audience. We started doing activities on their LinkedIn, on promoting them with their exhibition marketing and a lot of related things. In fact, I can just I'm just sharing their LinkedIn handle on the chat. Anybody would like to go through it, they can, because a lot of interesting things have been done there. So that is Fujitec's LinkedIn handle, which I put it on the chat. Yeah. Overall, we have increased their LinkedIn engagement by 77% in last 1 year, increased their followers by 58%. It has definitely given a boost on their ROI. Next. These are some of their LinkedIn posts. There are a lot of posts have been created. You can check on LinkedIn. You can check their website and other presence. Next. Yeah. So I'll just quickly take you through some of the other posts like exhibitions. How do we promote exhibitions? How do we send emailers? Next. This is for these are for chemical companies. We have the leading chemical companies in India. Next. Yeah, this is for a company called Caliber. So we had done a very interesting website for them, wherein anybody can come, they can schedule a meeting through Calendly, they can check who all is available. So because this company has 60% export market, they get a lot of inquiries from Europe, Brazil, South America. So this website really made a difference to them. Next. Again, some of their posts, all the thought process, right, from design, strategy, content, we can take care. We also have copywriters, content writers who can create content in Japanese language. Next. This is for a company in Australia, in marine industry. Very happy client again. Next. These are some of our clients. Remitly is from USA, it's a money remittance company. Peerless is from Canada. Seafarers Anchor is from Australia. So a lot of leading names from India and across the world we have been working with. Next. So we are open for collaboration opportunities with marketing and digital agencies from Japan. So we can provide them white label solutions. Like we can front end the client sitting there. We can completely manage their work end to end sitting here in India. It will be a win-win for everybody. They will get cost benefits and good value added services. We are also open for equity investment and strategic partnerships. Next. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. So I think I'm open to questions. I kept it short and sweet just to make you understand what we exactly do and how we can add value. Any questions, more than happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amit.
Yeah.
So I would now like to invite Mr. Abhishek Sarkar, who is founder, director, and chief risk officer of a leading and fast-growing NBFC, Seeds. Over to you, Abhishek.
Hi everyone, this is Abhishek Sarkar. First, welcome you all. So Seeds Finca Private Limited is founded by me and Subhash Acharya. We both have experience of close to 15-16 years in this domain. We constituted this company as NBFC in April 2021. We are MSME loaning, basically micro, small, medium enterprises. We have operations in Rajasthan, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Uttarakhand, and across 55 branches. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah, next. Briefing about the founders. Subhash has close to 16 to 17 years of experience in, this sector, microfinance plus finance, and he has worked into companies which is close to $100 billion. I have experience of 16 years close to risk and credit. Mr. Sudhin Sharma has experience in fundraising. Next slide, please. Our vision is to be a trusted financial service partner of micro, small, and medium enterprises. Next slide, please. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Founded this company in January 2021. We received the license of NBFC in April 21. As of now, we have crossed close to $25 million of AUM spread across 54 branches and 5 states. Next slide, please. Briefing about the MSME sector, as everyone know, India is a growing economy. We have micro, small and medium enterprises constitutes of close to 66.34 crores, employing more than 11.1 crore, contributing to the 30% GDP and 40% exports. So it is one of the places where we are working on. Next slide, please. So the present trade gap in this sector is close to $475 billion. So few, as I want to describe that this is the segment where neither the big banks are working on, or nor the big NBFCs are working on, or neither the small microfinance institution. So present the credit gap of the MSME sector is close to $4.75 billion, which we are catering to. Next slide, please. Hello, yeah. This is our target segment. We are basically into lending of MSME, that is manufacturing, trading, services, and dairy. Our main set of customers include, we provide loan to $600 to $6,000. The segment will be including small mom and pop shops, like which are into trading, grocery shops, medicine shops, mobile shops. Similarly, on the manufacturing, there will be small manufacturing units of furniture making and steel making. On the services side, we are into lending into boutiques, salons, and restaurants. And dairy, there is a specific segment we are catering to. Next slide, please. Our geographical presence, we are located into 54 branches spread across 5 states. That is mentioned. Our major portfolios is into one of the biggest states of India, that is Uttar Pradesh, which constitutes of 54% of our AUM. So we as a NBFC want to diversify our portfolio. Since we started our operations from the state of Uttar Pradesh, it's constitutes majorly 54% of the portfolio, but going forward, as we increase our AUM, it will reduce. Next slide, please. We are into lending through a very highly digitized platform, that is from the sourcing of the loan to disbursement till collections. Overall, everything is digitized. So we in India, we have a lot of digital intervention, which has helped us to do so. So client onboarding through government IDs, verification of the government IDs, various things are there. SMS-based communications to those clients are there. In the same case, we have a very stringent underwriting process, which is taken care by both digitally technological driven as well as the staffs which are into the field. So this is very unique to this sector. We have centralized approval, which we use because we believe that one of the major factors going forward to have a quality portfolio is to remain into, the control system should be there. Disbursement till collection are all digitized, that is cashless. We are 100% one and only NBFC which are following disbursement and 100% cashless. Cashless means, if we say, these are basically through 2 modes, that is NASH and UPI, which is one of the foundations of Indian MSME sector as of now. Clients are services through IVR, web, mobile apps. There is whole transparency in the systems. Clients can see their ledgers, loans, and every details in their accounts as well. They can migrate from one platform to other platform easily. Next slide, please. This is our present funding structure. We are a bootstrap NBFC, which constitutes promoters have 42% of the shareholding. Even the employees, which are the core function of this company, have 14% of the shareholding. Remaining 31% is with friends and family and others. Within a short span of time, we have onboarded more than 25 renowned lenders, from 3 to 4 banks to bigger NBFCs as well. Next slide, please. Our aim is to reach, presently the business plan is to reach $321 million by the end of financial year 27, for which we are looking for both equity, debt, as well as other partnerships. Next slide, please. So, why we are calling it we are unique? Because this is MSME is a growing sector. This is attractive micro, very attractive structure field. There's a huge gap of the financing, which we have already mentioned, that is $475 billion of the credit gap in the sectors. The present word professional, we are senior management team is highly professional. Me, Subhash, as well as Sudhind, has more than close to 50 years of combined experience together, and has experience in building NBFCs from scratch to 5,000 crores. And this is the government interventions are there into financial inclusion, and since it's a low penetrated market, there's a huge potential. Next slide, please. Next slide. What differentiates us from other partners in this sector is we have a very stringent credit writing and monitoring system, backed by strong information technology backbones. Each and everything is cashless, transparent, and you can check everything. And since we are at the early stage, there is a huge opportunity for the growth. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. I would be happy to take any questions if you have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Abhishek Sarkar. And our next company that we will be showcasing is called the House of Ram. Now, it's a very unique business. They have mixed the Indian religious culture and a non-profit organization. They are helping old age homes also, and they are making essence sticks and other traditional products and exporting it from India. So there is a short video. I would like you to please go and watch that short video.
The House of Ram is a passion project for my co-founder Gunjan and a labor of love for me. Gunjan and I were talking one day and sharing our combined frustration at the general state of struggle that the humanity was going through in these current times. We were feeling helpless at the sheer number of people who had lost their jobs, their livelihoods during the pandemic. We seriously wanted to do something to help, but other than to give money to NGOs, we could not find an alternative. We did not know where to begin. But one thing which we were certain about was that we did not want to give people a short-term relief, but we wanted to build something that will be long-lasting. In addition to this, we also wanted to help people who were struggling with loss, grief, or battling anxiety in these unprecedented times. Then the idea of House of Ram was born. Our endeavor with the House of Ram was to generate employment for people who suffered the most during the pandemic, which included the women who had to step out of their homes to become the breadwinners for their families, and also to enable the local artisans like kumhars, darzis, printers, jewelry makers to get back on their feet. So in line with this thought process, we started this venture with specially curated products like agarbatti and dhoop sticks, which involves a lot of labor work of hand rolling each piece, which is done by women. Each agarbatti and dhoop stick is made with waste temple flowers, and the stand for the same is also made by a local kumhar. An initiative for skill upgradation of women from the marginalized social strata. in order to get our flags stitched by these women and then printed with the help of local printers. For semi-precious stone jewelry, we have taken the help of local artisans for Pirohi work. And for our resin pendants, we have partnered with small-scale enterprises who employ women to provide them with financial stability. It is our belief that the elders of any society have a right to respect and dignity. And as we believe that every act of kindness must be passed on, we express our gratitude towards all the people who support this endeavor and announce our pledge to support our old age home across the country. Our first such endeavor has begun from Vriddh Mahila Ashram in Ayodhya. Needless to mention, we have taken great care in ensuring our products or various elements involved in the same come with the blessings of Hanuman Gadi Temple in Ayodhya. It is an honest attempt to bring to you not just a product but blessings of Sri Ram along with it. So considering all the social issues which we wanted to tackle, we came up with one solution, the House of Ram.
So any questions pertaining to House of Ram, you can please share them and we will connect you with the company. The next company is called Nativity. So I would just brief you about what it is. It has focus on celebrating India's cultural heritage and traditional crafts while also providing contemporary designs that appeal to modern consumers. Along with commitment to sustainability, craftsmanship, and community empowerment, it will help set brand apart from others. Nativity is an e-commerce startup. It has target audience who has rich heritage and traditional taste with modern outlook. They deal in various items such as handloom, traditional art, craft painting, and natural fabrics. So any queries, you can please share and we will connect you with the company. Thank you. Next slide, please. So I would like to thank all the speakers and all the companies which are showcased. And now as the time is running, I would like to quickly go through my presentation so that we don't miss on the translation part. So can we please go on the next? So I would like to present to you a very unique idea and a solution. So whenever any company who's thinking to start any business in any other country, the first thought that comes to our mind is how are we familiar with them? How can we trust them? What kind of culture would be there? So for that, we have a unique proposition which we called Explore India Business Tour, wherein we will be helping anybody, any company who wants to come to India. We will take care of their travel arrangements, accommodations. You can mix captivating cultural heritage visits and with the business environment. We can fix meetings prior to your coming. We will fix your business networking. You can attend expos. We will do all hand holding over here. So it's a comprehensive business tour, which is designed to immerse you with dynamic business and endless opportunities that India has to offer to you. Next slide, please. Now, what unique features and what is this business tour all about? This business tour will give you the solution of attending business conferences and seminars. As I told you, you can join expos. We will do registrations. We can even have your meetings fixed before you are reaching to India. We can arrange company visits. We can shortlist companies as per your requirements, and we can arrange factory visits, industrial visits, so that you can go and have and meet people and see how businesses are actually being run here in India. We can have government licensing. We can take you to government offices. You can understand what legalities, tax incentives, and trade regulations that are there in India and how we can help you in that. You can have cultural immersion, experience the wonders of India's cultural heritage, exploring iconic landmarks such as Taj Mahal, Jaipur's palaces, spiritual city of Varanasi. You can mix everything in this. And of course, business networking will be a part of it. Next slide, please. Now, what we are unique and what we are offering you is you to unlock the market potential. So everything, including a translator if you want. So we can have a translator who would be with you, who can understand Japanese and English both. We can even send you invitation for visa. We can have your business visas arranged for you. We can have totally customized itinerary planned for you in advance as per your needs and as per your requirements. So totally customized, and at the best price, we will be offering this package to you. So you can connect with Mr. Kenji-san for any such requirement, and we will be happy to help you in that. Next slide, please. So with this, I would like to thank you, all the participants and all the speakers also once again. And over to you, Kenji-san. Thank you very much.
終わりの時間も迫ってきましたので、もう簡単に日本語で解説させていただきます。こちらの方ですね。これ、次のページ。これ、ページめくれないね。これ、なんだこちらはですね、なぜこれ今、インドのですね、投資が、一つはですね、この、世界で最も急成長している経済の一つが、インド経済であると。あと、世界最大の若い、若者人口がいると。ね。と、インドでの、インフラストラクチャーですね。インフラストラクチャーが、どんどん充実してきていると。あと、グローバル競争力の点でも、どんどん上昇してきているというところです。で、こちらはですね、今、インドへの投資考える際に、見込みのある有望な分野ということで、まず自動車産業ですね。これは日本企業さんね、もうすでにたくさん投資されていると思います。あと、この再生可能エネルギーの分野ですね。これは太陽光であるとか、風力発電とか、再生可能エネルギーですね。これに対する投資機会が増えております。あと、デジタルインフラストラクチャーですね。インドは非常に若い人口が多いと、それだけデジタル化が進んでいるということで、今のデータセンターとか、クラウドコンピューティングとかですね、こういった分野、あと電子商取引なんかも非常に盛んに行われております。で、インフラストラクチャーの面でもですね、まだまだこれインドね、インフラが、これから投資しなくちゃいけないので、今後、インド政府もインフラ投資に投資を機会できる、そういうところに、道路や、鉄道とかですね、港湾分野とかね、そういったところに、投資機会が増えております。あと、小売ですね。で、小売も、スーパーマーケット、コンビニ、で、ハイパーマーケット、デパート、キャッシュ&キャリーストアとかね、専門店とかです。いろんな形の、小売に対する投資機会がございます。で、これは、インドと、日本企業さんが、インドでね、成功した事例ということで、これで三井物産さん、ダイセルさん、スクエアイニックさん、このユニクロさんというね、こういった事例について説明されております。で、こちらの方ですね、ブルー東海さんですね。今、東京ミッドタウンの八重洲の方にですね、2階ですかね、このお店があるんですけども、このインドでですね、非常に大きなですね、成長している会社さんでして、2021年では4000億ルピー、約7億円の売り上げがですね、2022年では 7.4 億ルピーと、約12億円ぐらいですかね、80% もですね、こう伸びていると。で、あとこのブルー東海さんですね、こちらのB2B のを中心としたこの日本企業さんの日印フードクリエイティブコーポレーションさんとの間でのジョイントベンチャーですね。日本サイドでもやっていてですね、こちらの、インドでも大きく伸びているのと同時に、こういったですね、日本でも大きく伸ばされていらっしゃいます。で、この後ですね、個々のいろんな会社さんですね、実際来ていただきまして、こちらでの新しいビジネスですね、いろいろ紹介していただきました。ちょっと全部細かくは説明できないですけども、ちょっとポイントだけ説明いたしますと、まず、最初のこのインダストリー、このクレイムフレンドリーさんですね。で、こちらの方が、結局インドですね、人口が多くてですね、健康保険市場の規模もどんどん2017兆円の1224億米ドルから、2027年では、1984億米ドル、約 27.8 大きなマーケットになるんですけども、現在ですね、そのインド人口は多いんですけども、まだですね、日本と違ってですね、こういった健康保険を持ってない方の人口がこれ55から 60%、非常に大きな割合がいるということで、そういったですね、ところにですね、このビジネスでですね、こういう、なんですか、こちらの話がありましたけども、結局キャッシュレスで、保険金を請求するというところで、このネットワークにですね、この フレンドリークレームさんね、ネットワークに関与する病院さんにはですね、この、クレームフレンドリーさんがこちらの、なんですか、リインバースメントですね、代わりに行うと。そういったことで、こういったですね、こういう保険請求をですね、キャッシュレスに、行うことができると。そういったビジネスでございます。そうですね。であと、こういった、インシュアテックというですね、いろんなヘルスチェックとかですね、救急車のサービスとか、いろんなサービスを、付帯的なサービスとして提供されていらっしゃいます。で、マーケットサイズもですね、今、非常に多くの、方がまだ保険に介入してないということで、今後、ポテンシャルなマーケットとしては、非常に大きなマーケットになっておりいらっしゃいます。で、このビジネスプランでもですね、今、請求金額の、この病院に対する請求金額の 7から 8% が、収益として、計上されると。そういう収益モデルになってますけども、その、規模に応じて利益がどんどん大きくなっていくということで、成長が見込まれているビジネスプランとなっております。で、次が、4P ソリューションズさんという会社さんで、こちらの方は、何ですか、B2B のデジタルマーケティングの会社さんですね。で、このね、これインドで、この電通さんの、こういったですね、現地での、インドでのM&A 活用による、ビジネス規模の拡大ということをされていますけども、このデジタルマーケティングですね、デジタルマーケティングですね、インドでのデジタルマーケティングの市場というのは大きくなっております。で、こちらにですね、4P ソリューションズさんは、主にこの B2P、B2B、B2C じゃなくて B2B の方ですね、ビジネス向けのデジタルマーケティングを、に対するソリューションを提供されている会社さんです。で、こういったサービスですね、いろいろありまして、で、サービス提供するのもですね、こういったB2B でね、対ビジネスということで、サービスを提供する。で、もうすでにグローバルに展開されていらっしゃると。で、こちらですね、フジテックさんですね、エレベーターの会社さんですね。このフジテックさんに対してもですね、リンクトインの、リーチを増やしたりとかですね、こういった、オンラインプレゼンスの向上というところと、そのブランド、インドにおけるこのコーポレートブランドの、拡大ということに、サポートされております。こういったですね、ソーシャルメディアのポストですね。ソーシャルメディアにこういったポストをしてたりとかですね。で、あるいは、そうですね。で、あるいはこういったですね、エキスポのですね。あと展示会のですね、エキスポのイベントのマーケティングとか、こう、ウェブサイトのページを作ったりとかですね、あるいはそのソーシャルメディアに、のポストをですね、提供したりとかですね、こういったサービスをされていらっしゃいます。はい。で、そうですね、こういうね、すでにたくさん企業さんと取引されていらっしゃいます。で、こういったですね、4P プロデュースソリューションの方ですね、日本のマーケティング、あるいはそういうデジタルエージェンシーとの、コラボレーションの機会、あるいはそのソリューションを提供する機会、あるいはそのエクイティの投資、投資ですね、あとストラテジックな、戦略的なパートナーシップと、こういったことを今後、日本企業さんと共に、やっていきたいとおっしゃっております。そうですね。一応これで、あとシーズさんですね。シーズさん、これNBFC、ノンバンクファイナンシャルコーポレーションというんですね。これ中小企業向けですね、金融のね、企業さんですね。で、こう、ビジョン、ミッションとですね、こういった、インドも非常にね、金利が高くて、銀行取引というのが進まない中で、こういったノンバンクのファイナンシャルサービスですね、非常に大きな機会がございます。で、オペレーションもですね、どんどん拡大していきまして、で、こういった、インドでですね、中小企業ですね、に対する、金融サービスがですね、主に提供されていらっしゃいます。で、これですね、地理的にもですね、このウッタルプラデシュ州ですね、この辺りがこう、ね、北インドの方が中心なんですけども、地理的にもこれだけの広がりが見せていらっしゃいまして、ということですね。で、あとは、そうですね、この数字見ても、どんどんブランチの数が増えていってますよね。これは23年から27年のブランチの数ということですけど。それで、あとは、あと、ハウス・オブ・ラムさんね、このビデオですね、見ていただきましたけども、こういった、インセンススティックですね、こういったですね、サービスをですね、主にこういった、ですね、こう製品のね、インドの伝統的な 商品を、販売するとともにですね、こういった女性の雇用、こういったですね、インドのね、地域の雇用にも、貢献して、社会問題の解決にも貢献されていらっしゃる会社さんです。あと最後に、ナティビティですよね。こちらの会社さんはですね、こういったインドのですね、工芸品ですね、この伝統的な工芸品を、オンラインのマーケティングで、ね、新しい手法を使って、インド国内で販売、あるいは輸出されている会社さんです。ですね。この会社さんですね。で、最後ですね、リテールの方から紹介がありました、こういったですね、インドのビジネスを知るためにですね、こういった、なんていうんですか、御社の関心のある分野に対してですね、こういったビジネスツアーをですね、企画するというサービスを行っておりまして、こういったビジネスツアーにですね、参加することによって、ネットワーキングを図ることができると。あと、その文化の体験ができると。あと、その政府ですね。やはりその規制ね、その業界に規制をするためには、その政府の方とお話しするのが一番いいので、そのガバメントとのつながりも作ることができると。あと、そのいろんな企業訪問ですね。いろんな工場を見たりとかですね。あるいはビジネスパートナーになるような、あるいは販売先をね、探すとか、そういった企業訪問もこのビジネスツアーの中で組み込まれております。あと、エキスポですね。展示会とかですね、セミナーの開催。こういった開催、もですね、サポートすることができます。で、こういったですね、ビジネスツアーによってですね、このインド市場のですね、御社にとっての、潜在的なですね、大きな可能性ある、インドビジネスへの、潜在力をですね、解き放つというですね、そういったこともできますし、あとそういうカスタマイズされたですね、アイテナリーというかね、旅程を組みますので、御社のニーズに合わせた、ビジネスツアーをすることができると。あと、なんていうんですか、こういった文化体験ですね、いろいろインドの文化を経験することによってですね、ネットワーキングにも役立つことができると。あと、そうですね、あと、そういったですね、ビザとかですね、招待状とかですね、そういったのもですね、こちらのニラジバカットの事務所の方が、サポートいたしますので、この招待状ね、ビザを取るには必要なケースがあるんですけども、そういったビザの手配とかも、こちらの方でさせていただきます。はい。そうですね。以上が、内容になります。